Well, hi everyone in second year ECE Section A. Welcome to this podcast. We will be covering the weeks of March 12th, March 19th, and March 26th. We have a lot of information to get through, so no fooling around. If you have not already done so, go and get your agenda or your calendar or your phone, however it is that you are keeping yourself organized, and let's look at the schoolwork for those 3 weeks. So here is your schedule for the week of March 12th. First thing I will bring to your attention is Donna reminds you for your infant toddler course to keep working on your activity resource binder. It is worth a whopping 30% of your final grade, so don't leave that till the last minute. Donna reminds you that all of the activities in your resource binder need to be developmentally appropriate for infants and or toddlers. She is looking for originality, so you cannot simply cut and paste stuff from the internet, although that might be a good place to start. Please remember to properly reference all of your sources in the resource binder, and Donna wants complete lyrics written out to any songs you include in that assignment. In your language and literacy course on Monday, March 12th, you are having a quiz on chapter 6, so you will want to read that chapter and prepare for that quiz. On Tuesday, March 13th, in your music and movement class, observation number 1, the observations that you wrote when the kids from CPE Vanier came, is due for the second group. So some of you have already handed that in, but if you were in the second group, that is due on Tuesday, March 13th. All right. Also on that day, you will have class time to prepare your lesson plans and activities for when the children from the lab nursery come in. Those visits by those children with Deanne and Christina will start after spring break, but on Tuesday of next week, Kathy says you will have time in class to start preparing for that. Also, each of the groups that will be hosting the children from the lab nursery will meet with Kathy, so be prepared for that meeting. Have your ideas and some rough lesson plans ready to go for that meeting. All right, and also in music and movement on Wednesday, March 14th, you are having your midterm in music and movement, and that is worth 15% of your final grade. Kathy reminds you that if you are registered with Access and would like to write your midterm over there, to please register with them, and you need to get all of that set up as soon as possible. Alrighty, also on Wednesday, March 14th, in creativity, you will be going on your field trip to CPE Choo Choo and CPE Mosaic. This has been rescheduled. Kathy had to postpone the last visit, so the field trip for creativity is now scheduled on Wednesday, March 14th. Dress appropriately. And also on that same day in creativity, you will be handing in your creativity portfolio for Kathy to give it a midterm review. And she reminds you that you need to include at least 5 beyond the portfolio items. And she assures me that you know what that means, because I don't. Alrighty, so that is all I have for the week of March 12th. Let's look now at your week of... Wait a minute, March 19th, there's no school that week. It is spring break, hooray, spring break. So there's suns, and there's dancing, and there's unicorns, and there's balloons, and maracas, and cheering, spring break, Yes, so the week of March 19th is indeed spring break. Please have fun, please stay safe, and please come back to us. But enjoy your spring break. You deserve it. You've been working hard all semester, and so all of your teachers here wish you a lovely and restful spring break. Okay, but then by the time we get to March 26th, spring break is over. I will take off my Hawaiian necklaces because now we got to get back to work. So there's your schedule for the week of March 26th. Just a reminder that despite what it still might say on Omnivox, March 27th is back to being a regular Tuesday schedule. So please keep that in mind. All right, in terms of schoolwork, in language and literacy, on Monday, the 26th of March, your library assignment is due. That is worth 20% of your final grade. And here are some words of wisdom from Kathy. Don't write it up the night before. That might be something you will want to work on over the spring break. All right, the first visits for Music and Movement will start on Wednesday, March 28th. That's the children will be coming from the lab nursery. And so group 1, you need to be prepared for that visit with all of your planning and your materials and resources and strategies, all of that prepared for the first visit by the children from the lab nursery. And then just a reminder, on Friday, March 30th, there is no school. The college is closed, and the same goes for the Monday of the next week as well. All right, we have covered a lot of work. So it is important to remain calm and breathe through the nose. If you have any tips, information, any advice you'd like to share with me, send me a message. You could become a podcast star. Remember, you can always post your comments under the videos on YouTube. You can always get a full transcript by clicking on transcript under the videos. And of course, stay tuned for the next announcement, because that will mean that a new podcast is available for second years in Section A. That's all the information I have for now. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks. Bye.